Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Snake's Revenge. In the last part, we started off the game and ended up massacring some football players, which was kind of out of nowhere. And now we're going to continue on up this elevator. By the way, one thing I always found odd about the older Metal Gear games is that they stop at floors where there are no floors. And I can tell why that is from a developmental standpoint, because technically speaking, each one of those increments is a floor, so they don't have anything placed there. By the way, these blocks are in our way and they can only be destroyed with about 64, so hopefully you have enough. Thankfully, if you backtrack, the NFL players won't respawn, but yeah, it's kind of annoying. I just wish you could place more than one C4 at a time, because otherwise this would go much more quickly. Either way, get out the handgun, because it's going to come in handy here. And that's a transceiver call. Lieutenant, it appears that John is at hostage on the ship. Man, they are really moving him around a lot. I mean, I get that he's like infiltration agent number 3, and that probably gets you some decent leverage, but I doubt you need to move him around this much. Because at this point, it's almost like they're trying to pad out game time or something. Oh. The ship seems to have started. No mistranslations there. The ship have started to move. Makes me sad. Now, I'm not going to enter it now. I will later, but that door there in the top left, yes, that's what that, square thing is up there. That leads to some truth cast should you need it. I don't right now. I will grab a bit later on, though. Either we want to head east. Through this door. And we want to head north immediately, actually. And here we got a prisoner of war. John has moved to another place. Really, again? It looks like there's something important in the bottom of the ship. No! It's like that's where the cargo bay is. On a ship from an enemy base! God, a lot of these guys are kind of stupid, aren't they? At least Snake's not repeatedly asking questions over and over again. That's not until next game. Well, 2 games from now. Oh, 3 games from now for this marathon. Either if you need grenades, which you will after doing the NFL player boss fight, you can grab some in that room down below. And now I want to head up here. And truthcast this soldier. Metal Gear has no weak spot. Well, we're screwed. Let's destroy the ship and ammo dump. I don't get that dialogue. I understand what it's supposed to be meaning, or leaning you towards, but it's a bit unorthodox. Either way, we want to head west a couple of screens so we can get back outside in the outer deck. If you wanted to, and I recommend you do this after doing those blocks earlier, you can head into this room up here for some C4. Which I recommend you at least have a good supply of at all times. In fact, have a good supply of anything you can, because it might come in handy. Call it my survival horror sense of speaking. Well, more like my survival sense of speaking, but you know what I mean. Now, I have to wonder, how badly do all these guards need glasses if they can't see in their peripheral vision at all? That's something I'm glad the later games fixed, but also kind of not, because it makes the games kind of harder. Because I can't just go like, oh, look over there, just gonna sneak past you. No, I actually have to plan things out. And now I get the truth gas because I'm not maxed out. Ouch, punched in the head numerous times. Yeah, that would kill me too, eventually. Like in, what happened to that one guy in God of War 3? Hercules. There we go. That was a really fun boss fight. By the way, we want to head down here. By the way, that elevator section right there is kind of awkward. The way you have to do it is that you have to wait until one of those orange things is behind you, then hold the direction you want to go in. It's a bit weird. That door to our left is locked, but keep it in mind for later. And we want to get this phone call. Hey, Snake, are you okay? I'll see you soon. Why do you need us to know that? What is the point of that transmission? What? Ugh. Either way, up here we get a flare gun. You need this to progress, so just grab it. Part of me misses the days when translations were this bad and you had no idea what you were supposed to do, but also a large part of me is really glad that it isn't, because things are now much more clear about what they're trying to say, and there aren't many pointless, well, there's still a lot of pointless cutscenes like that, but at least they look better, and the fact that they're required and not optional. Optional stuff like that should actually be decent. And here we get some claymores. These are a bit interesting the way they work. I'll talk about that in this boss fight coming up, though. Get card 1, because you need to open this door, though, and I have grenades out because you're gonna want them. Here are 3 graves for you. Ha, ha, ha. Second boss is the Grenadier unit. These guys like to throw grenades at you, so the way you beat this boss, run around the room in somewhat of a circle. Well, actually, it's probably closer to an infinity pattern. It takes 6 grenades to take care of one of them, so if you end up using all your grenades, you should only have 1 left. If your aim is true, that is. Like, if you're like me, that means you probably kill maybe one of them and get maybe about most of the HP of one of them down. Because as you can see, I have nowhere near enough. I blame the fact that the aiming reticules for these grenades aren't exactly the most helpful. And once you're out of grenades, I recommend you switch up to the claymores we just got. The way these things work are interesting. You plant them on the ground with their main button, yes. But then for them to explode, you need to hit the button again. However, you need to be holding the direction you want them to explode in. So I have to be walking left and press A for that to aim from left. It's a bit awkward, but better than nothing. It could have been handled much worse, though. It also makes me wonder. It also makes me wonder how the hell do claymores work like this? Because as far as I'm aware, they don't. Either way, for doing that boss fight, we get keycard number 3. This is probably the slowest we've gotten card keys so far. In fact, I'm trying to remember how long this game is in comparison to both versions of Metal Gear 1. I know it's longer, but I forget how much longer. Oh wait, is it longer? I forget. I'll be honest, this playthrough is the first time I've played the game in a good amount of years. Because, well, it's not a terrible game. In fact, it's actually better than Metal Gear 1 on the NES. By the way, in here, you're gonna need to grab this mine detector. But well, I like it better than Metal Gear 1 on the NES. It's not a very good Metal Gear game at all, really. I'm just glad they didn't go all shooty McBang with it, though, like some sequels like to do. Either way, we want to head up, because now that we got that flare gun, we can grab some ammunition for it, and there's some, thankfully, very close to this elevator. In fact, it's only 1 screen up and 1 screen right. Well, and a door 1 screen up to the right. And here they are. I got a flare bomb. God, I hate how slow that text scrolls. And now I'm back at the elevator. Now we actually want to head down to the bottom floor because, well, to be blunt, that's where we have to go. No real other reason. Also, this guard's a bit tricky with me for some reason. He likes to turn around really quickly. Guards only turn around at predetermined points, but usually they'll turn right in your direction, which sucks. I know it's technically all luck-based, but still. And you need to use the flare gun. Don't touch these robots. If you touch these robots, an alarm triggers. So don't touch them. Though they do look cute as all heck. Like Roombas. Mixed with snails. And we want to head into that door right there. With card key... something. That one. And now there's this thing. They don't exactly tell you what to do here. What you need to do is, first off, this is the ammo dump they were talking about earlier. Grab a plastic explosive, put it on it. And then... oh god, seizure explosions. Ah, God, my eyes. I set the transmitter. Climb up the deck and use the radar. Hurry up. And now, because we destroyed that fairly explosive thing, the entire ship is going up in flames. By the way, one thing I forgot to mention on this screen, these things are all Metal Gears. So, yeah, there's a reason we're destroying the ship. If we can't destroy them because they don't have a weak spot, destroy the ship they're on and sink them to the bottom of the ocean. Actually, that happens a lot in Metal Gear now that I think about it. At least to multiple Metal Gear models, because that also happened to Zeke. Huh. Didn't think about that before, actually. Mind you, it doesn't matter because this isn't canon. Heck, Kojima doesn't even like, well, he doesn't think highly of the NES version of Metal Gear 1, because at least that's based off one of his things. But if I recall, he doesn't like this game much at all. Either way, now what they mean by the radar is this. You just check your transceiver. It's a couple screens to the right and one up. You can actually access that radar function anytime you want, but it doesn't really do anything. Either way, we want to head up here, because if you check, it's one up and one to the right here, but if you might remember, there's no screen to go right here. Or is there? I don't know how that happened. I'll be quite blunt with you. Hello, helicopter. Congratulations, Metal Gear is destroyed, but we have confirmed the existence of Metal Gear 2. Now Nick is missing. Contact your person at the enemy's base. What? I don't get that last sentence. Either way, this screen is a little tricky. What's happening here is, first off, I have the mine detector on, which, first off, I hate this mine detector. Look at how abysmal this range is. You can only see the mines right in front of you, and even then, in this screen, I don't think you can avoid them at all. Well, actually, no, you can. You can blow up the sandbags, but still. Oh, hey, we're getting a call. Well, shit. Well, we want to head up here to the north and go into that door with card key 3. And in here we get some grenades, and rather quickly, which makes me wonder what the point of this entire thing is, battery for the transceiver, so now we can use it, no problem. What was the point of having the battery meter if you were just going to give it to us right away? That's kind of pointless. Also, you don't even have to use the battery, it's an automatic thing. See, look, battery level refilled. So, what was the point? Nothing? Okay. Okay. Either way, we want to head north and then head west through this door in order to get a new weapon, which is really good. Our good old friends, the remote-controlled missiles. These will be seeing some decent use, if I recall correctly. I know I'll be using them at least this part. I forget how much I use them later on. And now we want to head north. By the way, if you head right down the path I'm taking, you won't hit any mines. Hey, another prisoner of war. Nick says to be careful of John. Okay, then. I'll take that heed into warning. I probably said that entirely wrong. We want to head onto this screen and head into that door on the right there. Which, yeah, by the way, that's one problem I have with Snake's Revenge. A lot of the doors blend into the environments. Oh well. And here we have another plastic explosive refill room. And now we want to head south and west. Not to enter the door over here, but just so we can get what that call was about earlier. The secret entrance must be somewhere on the grounds. Okay, then. Yeah, the entrance is locked. With a higher level keycard than we have. Also, I just realized, if our transceiver was out of battery, how are we even getting the call? Oh, God, game logic. I don't know how I managed to avoid a mine here, because if I recall, there's a mine somewhere on this screen. And here we get some more oxygen tanks. Refill on those to max. And now a bit of a god dang it moment. I mentioned earlier that you could blow up those sandbags on the screen with explosives. Now we have to blow this one up. And then take care of the grenade throwing guy in there. 3 grenades will do it, by the way. Also 3 missiles, but the grenades are better in this instance because his missiles are also homing. If you destroy any of the sandbags on the screen, one of these guys is under it, as you can see here, but we only need to kill that one and fall down his hole for another side-scrolling section. Great. Get the handgun out, though, because you're going to need it out. not to fire it, but when you're crouching and you try to fire the handgun, what happens is that you actually, or at least underwater, I forget if this happens normally, you place a C4. And you need to do that in order to get rid of these walls. It's here that I really like to bring up that I really hate how quickly your oxygen goes down, because Snake must be one hell of a fast breather otherwise. I mean, let's time this out. Let's see, another one takes roughly... By that count, at that rate, I'd say maybe 10 seconds, if even, to deplete. That's way too low time for an oxygen tank, realistically. Also, I hate these mines here because they move far too slowly. Why do they even have mines that move? That's kind of counterproductive if there's one of your guards in here. I can understand the camera is facing two separate directions, which actually makes a lot of sense. But not the mines moving of their own accord. Or this thing here. This thing on the top of the water, if you touch it, first off, it shoots lightning and electrocutes the water, making it all a damage zone, and it also alerts the guards. So don't touch it. Oh god, I almost got really close to doing that, though. Just duck under it. You'll be fine. Also, in case you didn't notice by my health bar, well, if you've done everything I've done, for destroying Metal Gear 1, you get another rank up. So, more ammo and more health. I think the max rank in this game is 4, but I could be wrong about that. I probably am. Hey, more oxygen tanks. Sweet. Either way, with that, I'm going to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 3, we'll be continuing on here in this underground laboratory base thing, whatever it is. I have no idea what's going on in the plot at the moment. See you guys then.